Hey, my name is Brian, and I just topped third place at Zoe Planet with Prophecy deck. I'm going to introduce my Prophecy deck with you guys. Hangman on Prophecy. It's called actually Sadic. When it's into the graveyard, you can add one Prophecy monster level 3 or lower to your hand. I run 3 spellbooks. High Priestess. It's the Herald of the deck, or
Dad.
huh?
The dad of the
The
dad.
dad of the deck, or whichever you want to prefer it.
Not
You
Herald.
reveal 3 spellbooks, special summon it. Once per turn, you can banish the spellbook and spell card and destroy one card on the field. To Just the Prophecy, this allows you to, when you play a spell card, you can, and during your end phase, you can add a spell card, and level 5 or hard, dark, or light, sorry. Play Chaos Sorcerer, Doors, 2 Tragedios for hand traps. I play 1 Strength of Prophecy. Once per turn, you can shuffle 1 spell card from your deck from your graveyard to your deck, and this gains 500 attack and 1 level. Play 2 Effect Veilers. What that does, I play 2 Temperance. This, when you activate a spell card this turn, you offer this, and you can special summon a level 5 or higher spellcaster, later dark. I run 3 Breakers. Usually it's good for pop and back row. And 3 Spellbook of Magicians. This allows you to add a spell card to your hand. Usually you get secrets with it. 1 Spellbook of Eternity. This allows you to add a spell card that's removed to your hand.
Is there any combo to it besides what it does? Like any card that you can.
You can use this with one of your spellbooks. You can use secrets, or you can use Spellbook of Life, which I'll get into, or you can use it to get power too. 1 Spellbook of Life. This is like your premature burial. You reveal a spellbook and you banish a spellcaster to special summon a spellcaster from your graveyard. Normally you would get High Priestess with it. It's in the graveyard, and it becomes the same level, or it gains the level of the monster that you banished.
How come you don't use more than 1?
Right now I'm only running 1 until I get Tower, which this what it needs. But right now 1 it works pretty good. 2 I might go into 2. Spellbook of Life. This has 3 effects. For each spellbook in the graveyard, you can use its effect. If you have 1, you can return a set spell or trap card. 2, you can either flip the monster face down, which is like a Book of Moon, or flip it face up, kind of like Swords of Radiant Light. And 3, you can banish 1 card on the field. And it's a quick play. Book of Moon. You use this with Spellbook of Magician. 2 powers. Monster gains 1,000. Your spellcaster gains 1,000 attack, and you can, when you destroy a monster in battle, you can add a spellcaster from your deck or spellbook card to your deck to your hand. 3 secrets. This is like your rota for spellbooks. Allows you to add a spellcaster, a spellbook, spell card, or a spellbook card in its name to your hand. Usually use it with Magician, and you can use its effect to recycle, so you get more cards in the graveyard. Magical Dimension allows you to offer a spellcaster to destroy 1, or special summon a spellcaster and destroy 1 card on the field. Bottomless until Cherubium timing, because the last thing to happen is its destroying effect if you choose to use its effect. Dark Hole. These are your alliances for the deck. Spellbook of Wisdom. You can either choose spell or trap. It's good to get past your bottomless trap holes and their Twin Tributes. 2 power dualities for more searching. Heavy Storm, and Monster of Warren. Only traps I'm running is 3 Pulse to return either their monster or my Magicians to hand, or I can use it with High Priestess. When I use its effect, I can add it to my hand and reuse High Priestess.
So how many magic and monsters do you run?
I run 3 trap cards, and I run. I run 18 spells.
So 19 monsters. Plus, well, 18 plus 3 is 21, plus 19 is 40.
I think I run 17 monsters.
That can be right.
It's 43.
Huh?
It's 43 total.
43 total?
For my side deck, I run 2 Trapstones and Royal Decree. I still need a Royal Decree for the deck, but 2 Cyber Dragons, 2 Shadow Prison Mirrors, supposed to be another Maxi, but I didn't spar enough for this tournament. 2 Pegos, really good with removing monsters from play. It's really, really good. 2 Soul Drains, gonna be good in the meta. Preferably people run it. Stops monsters, effects in the graveyard and banished. And 2 debunks. Good
Against what? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
2 good against Heralds of Orange Light and monsters effect like Gorge and stuff like that in Trigodia. Get into the extra deck. Empress of Prophecy. You shuffle your deck. You reveal the 5 cards, and if there are any of them are spellbook 12 cards, you can destroy monsters on the field for each one, and then you can shuffle, or you can rearrange your the cards on the top of your deck in any order.
How often do you bring him out?
So far I haven't brought him out yet, but I plan on trying to make a build where I can actually get him.
But you need 2 level 5 spellcaster.
Yes.
So
you could use. You could use Strength of Prophecy to make them a 5. You could also have Cyber Dragon and then go into that and then use its effect and then you overlap. Or if you can use Trigodia, you can have Trig and make them a level 5 and then go.
But you need 2 spellcaster type.
Okay, no, right. Leviathan Dragon, good to get your level 3s back that are banished. Usually you would use it with Temperance of Prophecy or Justice of Prophecy. Really good.
Yeah, go ahead, continue.
Alchemist Magician, I haven't brought him out yet, but you need 3 level 4 spellcasters. For each spellbook, for each spell card in the graveyard, he gains 200 attack. Once per turn, you can discard one card in your hand, and or summon card in your hand, and you can select 1 spellbook.
I mean, you don't really have to explain because people can go look online anyway, so you don't really have to explain what it does.
Hammer of Prophecy, your Heavy Storm of the deck. Detach for each spell card you have in the graveyard, spellbook you have in the graveyard. Destroy magic trap cards.
I mean, you can tell me the combo that you have for it, but not like what it does. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Shockmaster, you all know what that does. Black Rose, Scrap Dragon.
How often do you bring those guys out? The synchro stuff.
Haven't really used it yet, but I definitely gonna try more. Stardust, Steel Storm Roach, good against Chaos Dragons. Zimbians, got him out a few times. Really good. That's really good. Helps me out a lot. Meritech. Utopia, you know what that does. Big Eye, really good. Allows me to take down monsters. And Gachi. I usually top, in most of my locals, I usually top from 2nd place to 1st. Top 4, usually. But this deck is really good. It needs towers, but overall this deck's definitely going to be tier 1 when it comes out. When I finish this deck.
Do you think you can show me the combo that you come up with for this deck, or that you know of?
Usually you play Secrets when you have Temperance in hand. And then you play Temperance. If they don't have Effect Failure, you offer Effect Failure. and you bring out spellbook magician, and you use spellbook magician's effect to banish it. If you have spellbook of eternity, you can discard this card to the graveyard to add this back to your hand. You could, if this is in the graveyard, you can use spellbook of life by revealing one. You banish the spellbook or a spellcaster. Special's coming in.
Right.
That's a really good combo.
Right.
Another combo you can use is you use Breaker. You pop their back row, and then you can use Spellbook of Power to make them a 2600. When you attack, you destroy a monster, you can add a Spellbook card to your hand. That's really good. One of the best plays so far in the tournament I've had is Spellbook of Fate. For each Spellbook in your graveyard, you use this effect. It's helped me so many games.
Like
banish a monster every time.
Like what do you usually do?
Usually I'll set this, I'll wait for my opponent to go off, depending on what the monster is. I'll either return it or banish it, or if he has a back row, I'll send the back row back to his hand. Usually if I use High Priestess with Spellbook of Fate in the graveyard, I'll banish it, and then I'll use Eternity to get this back to my hand. That's a really good combo. Usually, with this play, you would play Magician to get secrets, and then search secrets to get another Magician. So it just adds more cards to the graveyard, so then you can reuse Spellbook of Life. Another play you can make is Justice. You play secrets, play Justice. Depending if they have Spellbook of Power, you can either attack to search to add a card in your hand, and then during the end phase you banish this and you add a spellbook and
a prophecy.
And you can add a High Priestess to your hand.
Yep.
A really good deck.
What hurt this deck the most, and what benefit this deck the most? Like winning bad matchup and good matchup.
Thunder King really hurts this deck. But if you, like I said, if you use Breaker with it, you can get over it. Thunder King effect failure. Next seed, not really as much. Let's see what else. Herald of Realms really. I think my worst matchup would have to be Agents with Herald. I'm still trying to find a way around that. Yeah, I think Agents is definitely my worst matchup.
And what is your good matchup?
Good matchup. Honestly, really any deck except for Agents is okay. I mean, I don't really have a problem with any other deck. 6 Ams can hurt me. Blackwings, I can get around Blackwings pretty easy. Windups, I haven't faced windups yet with it. Chaos Dragons, I do okay. Let's see what else is there. Heroes, I haven't played against Heroes yet.
What deck did you lost to today?
I lost against Chaos Dragons.
Why?
I didn't have that last spellbook spell card. I had 2 High Priestesses in my hand, and I needed.
What was the feel when you about to get your ass kicked? Do you remember or no?
I think I had Breaker on the field, and I needed another spellbook. And he had what do you have?
Did he like just like OTK you by just
No, he
all
didn't
attacks?
OTK me.
Was it like
It was back and forth. It was definitely really good. It wasn't too bad. I'm not really sure he didn't have any really big beat sticks on the field, but I think the only thing he had was Light Pulsar Dragon.
Alright.
I think that was about it.
Do you have any last comment or shout out to you people?
Run this deck in the fullest. there's a lot of builds you can use.
Oh, speaking of the tower, what would you take out for the tower?
What would I take out for tower? Huh.
So you say that you only run one tower, right? And
Well, I think I would take out magician, and I think I would take out. I know I would take out magical dimension probably. I'm not really sure what I would take out. Um, Towers is really good. I would run tower at 3.
why 3 when you can easily search for it?
Well,
And
it's
you
the
can,
fact that
can
it's
also
easy search allows
recycle
me
and get it
with-
back to your hand.
Well, it's the fact that with spellbook of tower, you can get a free special summon. So even if you're playing a deck that uses a lot of field cards like Dark Worlds, you want to make sure that you get rid of their field cards, so you can have an advantage. Or if you're playing against Gravekeepers, that's another matchup, and then you can get rid of it. And when it's destroyed, you can special summon a spellcaster from your
Right.
deck. How many spellbooks are in the graveyard? So I mean, it's a +2. It's worth using.
I also noticed that you don't run any magical. The level 2 girl that if she get destroyed by battle or something, she gets to special summon a level 2 or lower from the deck. The Princess
Magician.
Yeah. Why don't you run her just to get like the level 2 guy that searches?
I've actually ran it with magician. The one thing
Yeah, him. Yeah. Why don't you run
one
her?
thing that really hurt me with is the fact that I would run into Thunder King, and when I would set this, they would attack it, and I wouldn't be able to search.
I mean, you would use Princess Magician first. Then
Yeah.
if she was to get killed by like anything like
Well,
Thunder
it
King.
depends. It depends if it's not Thunder King, then yeah, I would definitely run it. Thunder King's like
I mean-
it really hurts the deck, but anything else, yeah, you definitely can run it. It thins out the deck and allows you to get magician to the field.
Right. So is that the only reason why you're not running that card because of Thunder King?
Well, I'm trying different builds to see how this deck works.
Right.
Right now, like I said, I placed 3rd with this deck, with this build, and I didn't have Apprentice. It's preferably what you want to use in your build. If you want to run Apprentice Magician with that type of build, then yeah, you can run it. I mean, it's really good.
What other build does this deck have?
Huh?
What other build does this deck have besides? Is it is your deck control or aggressive deck?
It's control. It's control. I would say though my build is control. I usually control the field in the graveyard.
Yours not really a control. It's more like your aggressive build. Because I play against you today and you're going off. You don't really care about.
It switches. You can switch with this build. You can play aggressive.
You're going
It depends on
all
what you
aggro
have in
against
your
me.
hand. Like I said, if you have Breaker on the field and you have Power and you have High Priestess, you could just go for a lot of damage. You could easily go for 4K. A really good combo is having this and Magician and High Priestess, and then using Spellbook of Power on either one of them and hit them for 4K. Really, really good combo. That really hurts them from playing Solemn Warrants or playing Solemn Judgment.
Right. How do you feel about this deck performing at this next weekend WCS in Seattle, Washington?
I think it's gonna top. I have a really, really strong feeling it's gonna top.
Yeah?
If it does, this deck's definitely gonna be raised in price. Most of these cards, like this, and Tower, and Secrets, are definitely gonna go up in price, especially if it tops. It's too good of a card. They're really, really good.
All right.
That's about it.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yep.